Lone Echo is regularly touted as one of the must-play AAA titles for VR, but 4 years from its release, does it hold up? Well, with its sequel due to land with us later this year, I jumped back in to find out. Lone Echo finds you aboard the Kronos 2 mining station orbiting Saturn. You play the role of Jack, the advanced AI crew member who is preparing to take charge of the ship as his sole human crewmate, Captain Olivia Rhodes, gets reassigned to a new mission. The story puts you carrying out small repairs to the Kronos 2 station as a series of events causes your story to pull you away into new territory with new challenges. Upon firing up the game, it is clear that it hasn't suffered for its age. It's still one of the most well considered and well delivered VR games we have. Those that have played the 3 multiplayer game Echo Arena will be familiar with the movement controls, but it's these very mechanics that set this game apart from those around it. The creative experience of floating around, grabbing objects to propel yourself and using your thrusters to boost or stop in place really is like nothing else. You absolutely cannot argue with the visuals. Even 4 years later, there aren't many games that can come close to the AAA cinematic sights this game provides. It really shows what Oculus Studios can achieve when they prioritise graphical fidelity. The first time you step out of the station into outer space is incredibly impressive. I challenge anyone not to stop right there and gaze around in wonderment. The visceral sights continue right throughout the playthrough. The game is relatively slow paced, which is a relief because the mechanics can be tough to get used to. I was worried I would suffer from the overstimulation of most action-packed VR games and would find jumping back into Lone Echo too slow, but I really didn't. It's actually very well paced to deliver the strong narrative. Some of the first objectives feel a little mundane, but later in the run you'll be glad you took the time to learn the mechanics, as you're going to need to know how to use them. The voice acting is very strong and keeps you engaged in the story, particularly that of Alice Coulthard, who plays Captain Olivia Rhodes.
Morning, sunshine.
One thing I will say is that nowadays I'm quite used to VR movement and I tend to know where I am in my room at all times. But there's something about floating aimlessly in space that always throws me off. It's a surprise every time I take off my headset. Where am I going to be? What am I facing? There are a few bugs. At one point, the battery I had to install glitched through the craft and I had to reset the game to be able to find it again, but mostly it's quite a smooth experience. The story takes 5 to 6 hours to work through if you just plough through, but much longer if you take the time to admire the scenery or go for the completionist run by completing all the side missions. That way you're looking about 8 to 9 hours. Some of the puzzles are genuinely difficult, and after the initial tutorial style intro, there is very little hand-holding, so be ready for some head scratching. As it has been confirmed to us that Lone Echo 2 is coming this year, but it will be available on Quest as well as PC VR, this playthrough does make me excited for what we're going to get, but concerned that the Questification will downgrade the visuals. Here's to hoping that they stay true. Either way, Lone Echo 1 holds its place as a must-play VR title. If you haven't tried it, you absolutely have to. Available on the Rift store, but rarely getting much of a discount, I'd take the chance to grab it as soon as you can.